Yo, what is going on YouTube? Welcome back to another video. Today we're talking about if you should be pulling for Phoebe or not. And honestly, it kind of is an important question. There's a lot of amazing characters that come out, so it kind of becomes tough to decide, do you need this character? Do you not need this character? Should you get this character? Should you not get this character? Obviously, I got her. I actually dropped the wishing video, and it was pretty insane. I got super lucky. I'm super grateful. She is absolutely awesome, and she is a great addition to my account. When I was looking at, should I get her? Should I not get her? I looked at a number of things, and I always want these characters to check off multiple boxes. But let's be honest, it's a gacha game. They drop characters that are always very likable, always very cool. I mean, Brant looks amazing. But am I going to get him? I'm not sure. You know, there's a lot of characters that I absolutely love the design of, but I ended up not getting because it just didn't fit for my account or for what I was going for. Now, one of the first things I look at is, if I get this character, can I actually use them a lot? I'm free to play. I can't just get every single character. I don't got that luxury. So I gotta make sure if I get the character, I'm going to be able to use them. Now, Phoebe is a Spectro DPS. As you can see, I don't have any other Spectro DPSs. I don't have Jinshi, even though she's insanely broken. I did want her, but I wasn't lucky on the banner. So I was like, alright, yeah, let's add Phoebe. I mean, I have all the other DPSs. We have Glacio, we have Havoc, we have Electro, we have Fusion, we even have some sub-DPSs that make them absolutely cracked out and insane even more. So adding Phoebe to the squad was a great addition, and it was something that I was able to do without her riding the bench. Like I said, I don't have Jinshi, so it was an easy decision for me. Anything that's going to require a Spectro DPS or give a buff to Spectro, Phoebe's going to handle the task with ease. So again, it just works out really nice and it's perfect for me. Now, I have this little thing called skill issue. I am pretty bad at gacha games, and chat likes to remind me of that and bully me for it. Now, actually, this was my first ever 12 out of 12. It was really sick. I was really hyped about it. It was really, really cool. But, of course, that means I never really touched the middle. I mean, if you're not able to get 12 out of 12 against a level 90 boss, how are you going to be able to go against a level 100? With Phoebe, I got 5 out of 6. So, of course, she just absolutely devoured right out of the gate. Something to keep note of is that you gotta remember this, when a new character comes out, they are going to be adding effects to make that character look better. So hitting a target with Resonance Liberation applies 1 second Spectral Frazzle, which of course is going to make it a lot better for Spectral Frazzle, so Phoebe looks good here. Now, that means that after she's gone and the new banner's up, well, they're going to change this to make the new character look better. So, Phoebe's not going to be hitting the same, you know what I mean? It's crazy how when the character first comes out, they feel really good, but then over time they don't. But there's some things to kind of keep track of here. It's not that simple. So, Phoebe, of course, is a very broken character. She's very strong. She's going to impact your accounts if you do get her, even after her banner, and we are way down the line. And that is because, first of all, my rover here, Spectral Rover, she was not built at all. Her talents are pretty crap. She was level 90, but her echoes were literally all level 0. I just had the Moonlit Cloud set, I believe, just trying to get the passive. So, if I could actually build Spectral MC and I put more time into her, I feel like this is an easy 6 out of 6, even without the buff. I mean, Phoebe just hits very, very hard. She is super strong, and also to keep note of is that she is the first, right? We have this whole new line of elements, or this element-ish system that is going to help buff characters and make them even stronger outside of their kit. And Phoebe is kind of like the first limited 5-star for Spectral Frazzle, the first one that we're being introduced to. So I think just because of that, characters that have these new element mechanics are going to be just a little bit above the rest. They're going to be kind of in a league of their own. So I don't think if you're going to talk in terms of power creep, you're going to have to deal with that with Phoebe. Again, I think wuwa does a great job with power creep. I know some people disagree and they say it's really bad and really annoying, but I mean, like, Jinshi still hits. Does she or does she not? You know what I mean? Like, she's another Spectro character who just is still very, very, very strong. So, I think that Phoebe is going to last for a while. And I feel like a lot of characters that come out with the new element mechanic are going to be really good too. So I think she's great. If you do want her and you do get her on your account, I think she's going to, again, have a huge impact and she's going to last for a while. She is pretty awesome and pretty broken. With that being said, something to think of or take into account is her teams. Now, if you just want to get the character because you're like, oh, she looks sick, I absolutely love this character, and you just want to play her with whoever you want, go for it. It's a video game. Do whatever the fuck you want. You absolutely can. But if you're like me and you go for characters that you like the design of, but you also want them to be at their best. You also want them to be with their best teams and, you know, try to get the most out of their damage. Something to remember is that she is going to want Zani. Actually, Zani's the whole reason I actually looked at Phoebe in the first place. Because I saw Zani, I was like, oh, yeah, we're getting her. She is awesome. And I heard, like, hey, you're gonna want Phoebe if you're gonna go for Zani. Because of Spectrofrazzle, you pretty much want to load that team up with Spectrofrazzle. So if you get Phoebe, you're going to need to use the Spectro MC, because Spectro MC also has Spectrofrazzle, and they're going to be paired together. And then when Zani comes out, you're going to want to put Zani on that team, and that's the premium team, is those 3 characters. And vice versa with Zani. The premium team is still, you know, Zani, Phoebe, Spectro, MC. So, I love Zani, so for me, this makes an easy decision. Of course I'm going to do that. That's going to be an amazing team. I look forward to that. And of course, like I said, when you talk about the power level of that character, it's going to get even stronger with Zani added. The thing is, a lot of people hate Zani. Like, Zani, to me, I love the design. She reminds me of Makima from Chainsaw Man. And that's just awesome. That's incredible. I'm like, yo, let's go. Because of that, a lot of people hate her. Because they look at her and they're like, she's kind of mid. She's kind of like, alright. Kind of like, eh. And then they see everyone freaking out over her. It just kind of annoys them. And then kind of takes that I don't care into I dislike. So there's a lot of people that are just straight up not going to be pulling for Zani. And because of that, if you're one of those people, that's fine. You just have to consider that when you're going and looking at Phoebe, is that if you get Phoebe and you, of course, don't like Zani, you're not going to have her premium team that's going to maximize her damage. So something to consider. Her team comps aren't very flexible. They're pretty structured. They're pretty... It's either, you know, her and Spectre MC with one other character, like Shorekeeper or Verena, or it's those 3. Phoebe, Spectre MC, and Zani. So just keep that in mind. The next one is a stupid reason. Like I said, it's a video game. You gotta have fun, you know what I mean? I love League of Legends, and you probably heard Phoebe being called Lux. Now, if you don't get the joke, League of Legends has a champion named Lux, and it's Phoebe. Phoebe is Lux. Okay, they look the same. They're these little blonde magical princesses that do insane amounts of damage. Lux has an ult where she just fires a beam of light and just disintegrates everyone in her path. We call it the Death Star, right? And Phoebe's basic attack actually looks like a bunch of mini Lux ults. It's insane. The character design look the same, as well as, you know, their combat style. Lux also drops a circle on the ground that slows the enemy and then pops and does a bunch of damage, and then Phoebe's skill, of course, is a magical yellow circle. So there's a lot of similarities, which is why people who play League and also Wuthering Waves are calling Phoebe Lux. I think that is absolutely hilarious, and because of that, I'm like, yo, I kind of want the character. I'm not gonna lie. Something stupid, but character design is important when you want to look at a character. If you like her design, that's definitely something to keep in mind when you go to decide if you want to get the character or not. And then lastly is going to be playstyle. Now, Phoebe's playstyle, in my opinion, is actually kind of overwhelming at first because there's a lot. You know what I mean? It's a lot to take in. But once you get it, it becomes very simple. Now, she has 2 aspects to her kit. Yellow and blue. Do they have real, actual, official names? Yes, but I don't give a shit because that's hard to remember. Yellow is yellow, blue is blue. Very easy to remember. So, blue is not being used right now because blue is her kind of support side. When you use Spectrofrazzle, you want to apply a bunch of Spectrofrazzle, and then that allows you to do a ton of damage. So, you either can use her blue part of her kit, which applies the Spectrofrazzle for someone else to do the damage, or her yellow part, which does the damage. So right now, everyone's using the yellow side because, you know, have Spectre MC, apply the Spectrofrazzle, and then she dishes the damage. It's awesome. But there is a couple people out there that do love Spectre MC, and they've been playing Spectre MC since the beginning, so I'm so glad she got buffed for you. That is absolutely insane. But they're probably going to be using the blue side to apply it, and then being able to use Spectre MC as the DPS. Now, in order to use the yellow side, here's kind of how you do it. You want to do your rotations first, so you want to do Verena first, use her skill, Echo, ult. You then want to switch to Rover, and you want to use their ult, their skill, and I think their Echo, and then you want to go straight into Phoebe. Now, what you want to do is you want to apply her DPS side. Right now, she's in a neutral state. She's not support or a DPS. So you got to hold down left click. She's now in DPS. So you see her forte bar is now full. It really, you can't really see it, but it's broken up into 4. It's in quarters. And that is your charges for her heavy attack. Now, after you go into the DPS state, you then want to use her ult. That is going to be doing the most damage. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be great. You then want to use her skill. Magic yellow circle. Let's go. Alright, now when you use her circle, you can then press E again, and you get TP'd into the circle. Right? You then just do basic attacks, until it glows. When it glows, you hold it, heavy attack. Do you see how a quarter of her forte bar is now gone? And then you just repeat, right? Glows, another one. Keep doing damage, glows, another one. And you want to keep the 4th charge, because the thing is, you want to keep her in the DPS state for when you do her outro. Now, the thing is, too, is you don't need to hit E to go into her circle. You just do more damage when you're in it. You can still do damage outside of it if you want to keep range, but, I don't know, I prefer just go into the circle, just press E, TP in, and then do your damage. And then you have Concerto, you go back to Verena, do your rotation, go back here, ult, do your final heavy attack, and then go back into the DPS state and rinse and repeat. And it becomes pretty simple. After that, it takes a little bit to get used to, at least for me, because again, I have a massive skill issue, but once you get the hang of it, once you kind of understand it, it actually becomes very easy to just pick up on it, just to kind of understand and to get. It's just a lot being thrown at you all at once. So that might have not been the best explanation. That might have been pretty rough. Honestly, there's like 15-20 minute videos going over her kit and build and how to play her in rotations. If you want more clarification or specifics, I just watched one of those videos, but that's like the basic rundown. So yeah, her playstyle is a lot at first, but I find it to be very fun. Now, do you find it fun? That is an important question. If that seems like it's just too much for you, and you're like, nah, I'm good, it seems like it's just not fun for you, well, it's something to keep in mind. Okay, so let's recap one last time. When you're looking at Phoebe and you're kind of just trying to decide, should you be pulling for her? Is this a character you need? Is this a character you want? You gotta decide, do you need her? Can she be put on your account and be usable and actually work? Or is she going to be on the bench most of the time? Is the team comps going to be good for you? Do you like her design? Is she cool to you? Very, very, very important. Do you like her playstyle? Would she be fun to play? Very, very, very important. In fact, those are the 2 most important questions you should be asking yourself. If you don't know if her playstyle's gonna be fun, there's a trial. Go in there and just hang out for a little bit. Just mess around and see if you like it. And then lastly, her team comps, are you okay with them if it comes to maximizing the damage? Now, of course, again, you can play her with anybody, but if you want to maximize her damage, you have to really kind of look at her specific comps. So those are the things you really want to take into account and consider when you look to see if you want to get Phoebe or not. Honestly, I don't regret her at all. I think she was an amazing pickup. I'm so glad I got her. I've been looking for a Spectre DPS. I wanted Jinchi, but again, wasn't lucky on that banner. So I'm really, really excited, and I hope I get lucky for Zani. But that is it. She's an amazing character. She's broken, and I feel like she's going to be broken for quite some time. If you are wishing on her banner, I wish you the best of luck. If you're wishing on Brandt's banner, I wish you the best of luck. If you are wishing in general, I wish you the best of luck. May you all get early 5 stars and 50-50 dubs. But that is it, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Hopefully, this kind of makes it a little bit easier to decide if you want to get Phoebe or not. That is it. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and peace.